What's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. It's Tuesday. I'm going to do Married to Medicine of Los Angeles. But I also want to talk about some other things too. Overall, the episode was just okay. We're on the second episode. I don't like the Jasnique. I don't like neither one of them. I should say I don't like their personalities. I don't know them personally, but I don't like the behaviors that they demonstrate on my television screen. I don't like it at all, especially that two of them, both of them. I'm not gonna say especially one over the other. I'm gonna say both of them really get on my nerves. But I also wanted to talk about some little things that I saw online this morning about people being mad because the girl from The Bachelorette said the N-word. And then there was some conversation was like, well, if you artists don't want people saying the N-word, if you don't want people singing your songs that have the N-word in them, then you need to take the word out of your art. Where do we do that? Where do we tell people how to express themselves through their art? When do we do that? And if we do that, have we seen consequences of telling people what to do with their art? You don't do stuff like that. You can't do stuff like that. Furthermore, as a child, I remember knowing songs. Darling Nikki, honey, that song came out when I was in elementary school, and I understood what she was doing with in the hotel lobby with a magazine, okay? But I wasn't about to repeat that and say it in front of my adults, people that were around me who were adults. Now, in front of my friends, we singing the song or whatever, but in front of adults, I knew as a child how to self-edit. So if a child can self-edit around adults, people who are not black and who should not be saying the N-word, like, you cannot tell anybody what they can and cannot say. All you can do is really apply a consequence. So if she says it, what's going to happen to her for saying it? She was singing a song. What's going to happen? What's the consequence? Because all you can do is say, no, you can't say it, but what are you going to do to me if I say it? What's going to happen to me if I do say it? So I'm going to keep saying it. And all y'all going to do is run your mouths. Y'all not going to apply a consequence to it. So you can't tell people what to say. You can't tell artists that they can't say it. You can only apply a consequence. And that's it. Because words are words. Words evolve. Words mean things. They change meanings. We realize what is acceptable in society. We come to terms with, using some words for this and no longer saying this because this is not acceptable anymore based on, awareness, education, new language. But you can't stop people from saying words. You can't. You can't tell people. You can tell people all day you can't say that. And then the only thing is, what's going to happen when they do? It's like a child. You tell the child, don't go over there, don't touch that, and they touch it and they turn around and look at you. What you going to do? Because if you don't do nothing, guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to touch it the next time. The next time I'm going to knock it down. I'm going to knock it off the table. Because you haven't applied a consequence to telling me what I can't do. I mean, and that's just 101. It really is just 101. Come on, son. It really is just 101. You know what I mean? And then saying that Ludacris can't say that in his song. People are upset because Ludacris said that he loved Robert Sylvester, the molesters. He loves him, but he doesn't want him around his children. Y'all got uncles and aunties in your families that should not be around children, but yet and still you love them though. Right? So how come Ludacris can't say that about him? Because you don't like R. Kelly and you don't like what he did and you want his ass under the jail with rats eating at his feet. That's you. That's me. That's how I would do it. I wouldn't say that. But I'm not going to say, oh my God, why did you say that? Because without the end of what he said, then I could see somebody saying, and he said, I love R. Kelly. But he put a clause like, but you can't be around none of my family because you're dangerous. I could love your art from afar, but like for me, I don't play that. I'll walk out of a room, I'll change the station. I don't play that. I remember up at the gym over here, we used to do the Zumba classes and everything like that. And the girl, she would end with Step in the Name of Love. Honey, the diva would grab her stuff and get the out. I was out of there. I don't need to cool down, girl. Thanks. As soon as they started stepping in the name of love, diva was stepping outside of that room. All right, thank you. I had a great workout. Thanks, everybody. And it wasn't just me walking out. A few people walked out when she put R. Kelly on. Some people, of course, some people stayed. It's a fun little dance to do to kind of cool down. You know, she had a little step and little do, but I won't be participating in that. And that's me as an individual. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to sit in the damn Zumba room and be like, y'all need to leave. Y'all need to walk out of here. Y'all need to get out. This is R. Kelly on the radio. No, you remember what he did? No, I can't do that. I can only control what Erica does, right? We can all have opinions about everything, but you can't tell somebody what they can and cannot say. You just cannot do that. You cannot do that. If you do, all you're doing is wasting your breath. It's just it's just all in vain. It's in vain. I'm trying to get my posture together, but it's really not. It's really this thing, this sweatshirt or sweater or whatever the heck you want to call it. But yeah, so that was my thing about that. So, what are we gonna say? Okay, hold on, let me see. I watched Insecure again last night. That mess was so freaking funny. Love B. Scott reported and said that the rumblings of Phaedra Parks returning to the Real Housewives of Atlanta as a friend of the show are getting louder. Who would she come on? Whose friend would she be? Nene's? I don't know you. I don't know you. I don't know. Yes, because you're much older. Girl, I don't know you. You and my older brother went to the same house. You're much older than me. Girl, I'm only 40. What did Nene say? Girl, I'm only 40, 45, 46. What'd she say to Phaedra? Phaedra better not come back. I will not watch. Same way I didn't watch when Kenya left. I'm not watching if Phaedra comes back, because that's my personal choice, because whether you live for Phaedra's reads or not, Phaedra is more of a liability more of a liability than anyone on there. What Phaedra did to Candy, and y'all know I'm not here for Candy, but I know that if I were to suggest that somebody had planned on sexually assaulting one of you and it was a lie, that means my intent was to ruin your brand, ruin your business. That's worse than a marching band. That's worse than drinking waters out of sample bottles. That's worse than any of it. She is a liability. And because she's a lawyer, she thrives on the power of suggestion, because she knows she can make a suggestion, like she made the suggestion with Apollo in Kenya, and Apollo went along with it, and everybody believed Phaedra and Apollo. Just because you didn't like Kenya, you believed a crook and a lawyer just because you didn't like the beauty queen. And they were lying the whole time. So this woman has a way of suggesting things, and then people taking that and running with it, and none of what she suggested carries any truth to it. I wouldn't believe nothing Phaedra said. And no, she didn't read Kenya. You memorized a opening or closing argument, and you memorized it. And you can't sit up there and say that she may go to a sperm bank and get a convicted felon and a serial killer, and you don't know who you getting, but you sitting right next to a damn criminal. So can we say that your children have criminal DNA? That Reed, she's a liability. If Phaedra Parks comes back to the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't give a damn. I'm not watching it. And that's just me. I don't support that lady. I think she is absolutely disgusting. I really do. That's one One of the housewives, like, I really do not like. I don't like the way she moves. I don't like the way Phaedra moves at all. At all. And now y'all have degrees on what shade, fun shade, serious shade. Honey, when I'm shading you, I'm talking about you. I'm saying something slick to you to make you feel a certain way about something. It ain't no such thing as fun shade. There's no degrees to shade. I'm shading you to shade you, girl. Period. So we're not, oh, it was just fun shade, or that was just a little, no, shade is shade. There's no degrees to shade. What I'm trying to do is talk about you and make a joke at the same time so people around me can laugh. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make fun of you. Stupid. I would not lie. I'm not here for it. I'm not here for Phaedra coming back. Then there's this, let me shut up. Someone in the comments said that Portia is so dumb, she probably gonna sign the prenup that says she has to pay Dennis when he cheats. Yeah. It says, stop calling people broke for not having stuff you sucked the old man's dick for. Girl, these people are hilarious. All right, so let's talk about Married to Medicine. Let me get down to my... Okay. Married to Medicine. Let me see what I have to say about them. Jasmine, I'm just going to talk about the episode. They had a party at Kendra's house. Kendra invited all the girls over. I don't know the reason. I don't remember what the reason was for inviting everybody over, but she invited everybody over. Leah, Imani, Britton, Shanique, Jasmine, and I feel like it was some, and the husbands were there. Imani's husband wasn't there, and Jasmine's husband wasn't there. Now, I don't quite understand how is it possible for Jasmine to be on a show called Married to Medicine and we don't know who her husband is? I'm more concerned with that than the idea like, oh, these aren't wives, so they shouldn't be on the Housewives. I'm more concerned about this show is called Married to Medicine. Y'all want to kick Quad off for getting a divorce. This lady's saying she's married and we don't know who her husband is. Haven't seen her husband. He's not a part of the show. You're married to medicine, but that's it. And all you're doing is having these little sewing circles, little cackling hens, keeping up stuff, keeping up shit stirred up. It feels like they don't have nothing to do. It feels like Jasmine and Shanique don't have anything to do. Jasmine won't let it go. Jasmine won't let go. I don't know what she wants from Imani. I'm just gonna say it clear. And I don't like to kind of deduce every interaction people have with each other down to being colorist or being desirable or falling in standards of beauty, westernized standards of beauty, which typically, fall in line with the whiter the person looks, the more white they look, the more acceptable they are, because these are true things. When you live in the United States of America, there's no way that you can kind of subtract that out of the way that people move, right? And for me, I feel like what's her name? Jasmine. I feel like, I went back, y'all kept telling me to go watch the Heavenly, Imani, Jasmine and Leah interview. Jasmine came onto the screen doing all of this and acting all extra and stuff like that. She, to me, is someone who has always got attention because she is light-skinned and has, I don't know what's going on with that crunchy hair she got going on. The hairstyle is a mess. I don't know, but I mean, that might speak to what it is. But she gives me, I'm the pretty girl. I always got some level of attention when walking in a room. Here is this tall, statuesque, dark skin, no hair having woman who is full of confidence, who isn't following me around and who isn't receiving me the way that I'm used to being received. That's what I feel is wrong with Jasmine. And I feel that Imani has an understanding that Jasmine is used to being received in a certain way, and she is making an effort to pay that girl dust. I believe that she understands that girl's behavior and where it comes from, because it's not something that just happened in adulthood. This is something that has been going on all her. You could tell by the way she comes on the screen. I was like, what are you talking about? You're saying things that don't, and then apparently she has a master's degree. So she's not a dumb person. And just because you look a certain way doesn't mean that you're dumb, like with Heavenly, making that suggestion. I thought you were dumb. I didn't think you were smart, because you look like a person who would probably attempt to get by and who could get by on her looks, especially in Los Angeles. Okay? And I feel like, again, Jasnique, I said we was going to call them, put them together. Jasmine and Shanique, she don't have nothing to do. She was drunk. I don't know. She told Leah that Leah was saying how the girls are messy. And I feel like, why do you keep bringing up this thing with Imani? What do you want from Imani? And I was with Britton. Girl, what do you want? We don't see things the same. You want something from her that she's not willing to give you, and you feel like you deserve some kind of treatment from her. So the idea, so she's mad because the girl said, Imani finally told everybody that her husband was in Essence magazine. And then they were like, for what? And she said, well, he's selling cannabis. Yes, he's actually a drug dealer. That's what Imani said. And that's what I thought was ironic for her to make that statement. But just like they explained, girl, I wasn't talking about your husband being a drug dealer. I said this house looks like a drug dealer's house. Is that making an implication? Could you take it that way? You could take anything any kind of way, but I don't think that, just looking at the clips, I don't know what her intention was, but just looking at the clips, she said, the house looks like a drug dealer's house. And when I saw it, I was like, girl, are we in Miami? Because what's going on with these iron rails going up? This looks, and it's like, it really looks like the house out of Scarface. It really does. And so when it flips around, that homegirl's husband is in Oklahoma with a cannabis business. Now Jasmine feels even more like, girl, what? You're the one that said my husband was a drug dealer, or implied that my husband was a drug dealer. And that's what it wasn't implied. And the girl keeps telling you over and over again. So I'm not sure what she wants from Imani. And my theory is that she wants Imani to receive her in a way that she's used to being received by people who probably like, oh my God, you're so pretty, and look at you, you're so pretty, and you're so pretty, and you're so pretty, and you're so pretty, and you look like a negative of Imani. You do. And this woman, and how people are receiving her, the viewers, how the people are telling her she should be a model. You're beautiful. When you look like Jasmine, women like Imani are not, you don't kind of align them with beauty. So when people are coming around saying, oh my God, this woman is so beautiful, and you're like, wait a minute. I've been told all my life that I'm beautiful, and I look nothing like this lady, and this lady is coming in, and everybody is just like really looking at her and really, just in awe of her beauty, and this same woman is not giving me or receiving me in the way that most people received me my whole life. So I don't know how to act. That's how I feel what is going on with Jasmine. Y'all, tell me how y'all see it. I can be completely off base, but my opinion is based on people I've seen act like this, the behavior, I've seen it before. So that's the only thing that I'm going on. I don't know nothing about Jasmine, but that's what she's giving me, right? Shanique, she sits there and says that Leah was being messy, talking about Kendra. And the very act that Shanique did, I didn't even like the way she was like, first of all, she seemed like she was hella drunk. Then she like was putting her legs and stuff in Kendra's chairs and stuff. I was like, girl, you need to calm down because it's not that serious. And what you really did was try to, when somebody was holding you accountable, you turned around and was like, well, she was talking about you. She was saying that you look like somebody in outer space or something, and they showed Kendra had on this outfit, and Kendra was talking about how, she's that girl. I'm that girl that will, dress like this and put it on Instagram. I'm that girl. And I thought it was messy that Shanique even said that Leah said something, because what Leah said wasn't that messy. She was just talking about the girl's outfit. And we all talk about, girl, what is that she has on? That shit looks crazy to me. She looked like a space person, an astronaut. You know what I'm saying? And for her to do that, and I agree, first of all, you trying to say somebody was talking about me and trying to frame it like it was this awful thing in my home. You don't have it. And just like her husband was like, you're not approaching this the right way. She's sitting up there. Her eyes can't even focus right. Her eyes look like the damn little black dots in the baby doll's head just moving around, and she doing all of this and stuff. I was like, girl, you need to get your shit together. What is going on with you? And I'm here for him. I like the way, now some people might not like the way that he spoke to her about having a plan. Now that's what your partner should do. If you're in a partnership with somebody and they're not holding you accountable in also and supporting you and encouraging you, I really appreciate the way he was like, you got to have a plan. You cannot be doing all of this stuff. This is our family, and the decisions that you make based on you being the homemaker, it's going to affect our whole family. So you got to have a plan. And I agreed with him. I liked the way he said it to her. He wasn't talking down to her. He was actually being supportive, but holding her accountable. Like, you can't jump up and say, I want to do this or I want to do that and not have a plan. You just have to have a plan. And I agree with him. I just put Jasnique really don't have nothing else to talk about because they just keep talking about Imani. I really believe that they have a problem that this tall, dark-skinned, bald-headed woman walks into a room and everybody freaking turns around and looks like, who the hell is that? Because she bad as hell. Bad as hell. And when the first time I said, is that the lady from Married? When I first saw her, I was like, oh, is that the lady from Married to Medicine? She is beautiful. I followed Dr. Imani on the strength because I was like, ooh, this is something I want. This is pleasing. She's pleasing to my visuals. I want to see her in my news feed. So, beautiful lady. And I don't think that Jasmine is able to wrap her head around it. I don't care what y'all say. And she can deny it all she wants to. But to me, I feel like she doesn't know how to act when she's not received in the way she's been received her whole life. And Imani ain't playing no games with her. Girl, I'm not giving you nothing that you're used to. And I promise you'll like me when you get to know me. Because you were used to people coming up to you, trying to be your friend, trying to be cool with you, right? And now you over here begging this lady to let's be friends and all this other stuff. You look crazy as hell. We're on the third episode, still talking about the apology between Jasmine and Imani. We're done with it. And then they play Jasmine talking like Charlie Brown's teacher. And that's exactly what she sounded like. I was like, girl, you are exhausting and tiring. The tea is Jasmine is used to people responding to her in a certain way, and Imani isn't pressed, and she doesn't know how to act. And Shanique really doesn't have anything better to do but put a battery in Jasmine's back. That's all they doing. Girl, she wind her up and push her in there with the rest of them. And here comes Jasmine's stupid ass coming through. Honey, I'm not here for neither one of them. We can't question Quad being on the show if Jasmine is on the show. Jasmine starts a conversation. She doesn't like the way it goes, and she walks away and makes a scene around her at Kendra's house. Girl, you can leave. If you don't like it, you can walk away and you can leave. I didn't like the way Shanique was turning around in Kendra's chair. She had her legs in Kendra's furniture and stuff like that. I didn't like it at all. I was like, I didn't like that. And then they're going to talk about, Okay, you guys ready? This was fun. Are you serious right now? You didn't cause all this mess, and now this was fun and we getting ready to leave? Girl, that was a mess. Shanique said that Leah talked about Kendra's outfit and said that was being messy, and that was to retort to Leah saying that Shanique was messy. And I feel like Shanique is less than smart. I really do. I really do. Because I'm telling you, you're messy, and you're going to turn around and say, well, girl, you and I were talking about Kendra's outfit. Now, that's messy. Like you was getting somebody together. I was like, girl, how is Jasmine connected to the show? That's how I want to know. Because from my understanding, the show started based on Contessa's relationship with Britton. Where did Jasmine come in? How did she get herself on this show? What kind of privilege do you exercise to get yourself on a television show and your husband not be a part of the show? And the show is called Married to Medicine. But on the Atlanta installment, a woman who just divorced a doctor, you want her off of the show, and she's been on there since season 1 or 2, right? Yeah, 1. She's been on since season 1, and because she divorced the doctor, y'all don't want her on. But we never met this lady's husband. Do we know if she's really married? Y'all didn't send me 2 pictures of the man, but is she really married? Do we know? Because if it was somebody else who said they were married and you never saw their husband, nobody would believe her if it was somebody else. So I don't understand, like, what is this? I don't understand. I don't get it. Shanique, I get her husband. Yeah, I get it. But Jasmine, I don't want her on the show. Get her off the show. I don't like all that. And putting her hair. And why am I here? Why am I here? Oh my God, I can't believe that. Okay, I'm gonna just let you talk. I was like, girl, get her the F off of my screen. It was exhausting. Her energy is like, you know, like there's a need for attention. I'm not with it. That's all I got to say about Married to Medicine LA. I'm done talking. Y'all let me know. I know I missed a lot of things. The mother not wanting the girl to breastfeed, and, you know, fixing the Vietnamese food, and the white chef coming in fixing Vietnamese food, and the mother like, girl, how are you making these? And you don't wash your rice? And he's like, no, I can't wash my rice because if I rinse too much of the starch off, it won't be sticky. Now, to me, I feel like if she knows how to make sticky rice with washing all the starch off, I would like to know how she does it, because I was always under the impression, I'm not Vietnamese, but I understand that I was all under the impression that sticky rice was sticky because of the starch. I don't know. But anyways, y'all take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. And that's about it. What else happened on the show? I can't think of anything else. Oh, I do want to ask a question. What is Britton talking about where she says her husband lost privileges to the bed? Didn't I tell y'all? There's something. He did something. Because there's no way that lady is allowing those kids to be in between her and her husband. They made some comments about having babies and stuff like that. Y'all got to be screwing to have babies. You know that. You know that. Y'all doctors. And he's a real estate developer. He knows that. So something happened and we haven't got into that storyline yet, but I can't wait to hear what it is. Anyways, y'all take care of each other. Let's get down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and hit the thumbs up. The more thumbs ups that you guys do, it puts it in other people's feeds and lets people know, like, hey, this video. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up so we can so other people can engage and get the content. I thank you guys, all the new subscribers. Shout out to y'all. Thank you for the support. Share the video. Share it in your little Facebook groups that you belong to. If you got a Married to Medicine Facebook group or a Real Housewives Facebook group, share them in your groups, because, you know, we talking about stuff that those people want to see. So share them in your social networks, and I would greatly appreciate it. Shout out to all the people who send cash apps, who do super chats. Shout out to all of y'all. Thank you. I love the support. Like I heard Queen Kaya say yesterday, support is an action word. I said, yes, ma'am. Yes, Ma'am. It is an action word, all right? All right, y'all. Take care of each other again for the third time. It's a charm. Peace.